And more on railway budget expectations, we are now joined by correspondent Sidhant. Sibal, Sidhant, you have been speaking to a lot of people there, and of course you filed that story. What are you hearing from the people and also from the experts? What are the expectations as far as the railway budget is concerned?
Of course, I start with the fact that only 24 hours are left before the railway budget will be presented in the parliament. Let me give you some facts. It will be the 10th railway budget in the UPA government, the 5th by the UPA 2, the 1st by the new railway minister P.K. Bansal, and it's after 16 years that a Congress minister is going to present the budget of the railway. I'll give you the fiscal or the financial positions, expenditure and the revenue. The sources of revenues are two, basically the passenger fares and the freight fares. Passenger fare very difficult to increase because of political sensitivities. On freight here we have seen loss of pressure. I'll give you one statistic. For every 1 kilometer movement of freight, the government earns around 1 rupee. For every 1 kilometer of passengers, the government around 28 paisa. So there's a huge difference between both of them. Basically, the passenger fares are kind of cross-subsidized by rise in freight rates. But it's going to affect the economy because it affects the industry and gets transferred in the whole economy. It's an economy like a vicious circle. On the expenditure side, there are various expenditure by the railways, which includes fuel and development charges, and it employs large number of people. We saw last month the passenger fare hike took place for first time in a decade, but also the diesel price got partially deregulated. So in a sense, 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. I have with me many people. This person is from Chennai. You are a long distance traveler. So tell me, what are the problems you face?
I basically face ticket price is okay for a second class ticket, and it should not be increased for any cases, because people like me and all cannot travel, and there's large number of people are like in a normal line of less earning capacity.
What do you expect from the railway budget?
I expect there should not be any increase in the price. There should be more modernization. Safety and security is there all across metros. It's okay, it is reasonable, but it is not there when it goes in between. So the train should have safety and modernization. Security should be increased when they travel from Delhi to Chennai in between and all. Okay. Because TTR is really good, but in between a lot of things happens. Okay. So those modernization and security and safety should be increased from Delhi to in between the travel passengers.
I have been other passenger also. आप बताइए आपको क्या उम्मीद है रेलवे से?
रेलवे से उम्मीद है कि हमें अच्छी फैसिलिटी मिले, अच्छी खान पान मिले, हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम ऐसी मिलता नहीं हम लोगों का जाने के समय। हमें बहुत प्रॉब्लम होता है ट्रैवल करने में हम लोग को।
आप बताइए आपको क्या उम्मीद है रेलवे बजट से?
आपको मुझे जो उम्मीद है कि वर्तमान में अभी महीना भर नहीं हुआ है और फिर दोबारा रेल बजट आ रहा है, अभी इस पर जरा विराम लगना चाहिए।
So kind of lots of problems, but the common man on the ground wants solution to all the problems. We can only wait for the rail budget, which will be presented tomorrow. But it will be a tightrope for the railway minister because the general budget is all the general election is will soon come. Next year the general election is expected. So of course it's widely expected that it could be a populist one. But given the financial position of the railways, it's not easy for a populist budget. So only tomorrow we can see whether it will be a practical populist or a dream budget for the railways.
Right.
But the bottom line is that the situation for the railways can't be continued, and the railways should the situation of the railways should be improved.
Right, Sidhant, so one of the concerns that passengers have is that safety and security should be enhanced, while the fare hike should not be too much for people to really be a pinch on their pocket. But Sidhant, if I can come back to you, what are we hearing as far as introducing more trains are concerned? Of course, the Kakodkar committee has advised against it, keeping in mind the infrastructure that we have.
Well, of course, it's expectation of the industry also that this time the railway budget should not emphasize on more announcement of trains, but keeping the current railway infrastructure, making it better, giving more amenities, security, modernization. 2 committees last year came out, the Anil Kakodkar committee and Petroda committee, both emphasize on safety and security, and
right.
well, everyone in India have travelled on the railways. at least once. And you know, the hygienic front, it's not so hygienic, and also safety front, people do face problems, especially the women. So of course people want
Right,
things
Sidhant.
to improve on the railways, and basically safety, security, modernization are three major factors which are going to be in the budget this time around.
All right, Sidhant, thank you very much for those inputs.